Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of New York Sports Rehab. I thought about, what I wanted to talk about today after another New York Jets defeat. I could have broken down the entire game, Matt and I. Talked about all the things they did wrong, all the things they need to improve on, all that type of stuff. But I decided I wanted to do something a little different because we've been through the whole 9 yards as far as the Jets go, as far as mistakes made, corrections that need to be made. They had a great week of practice, yada, 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 all that type of stuff. I decided to go a little different route today and give you an idea of what it's like to be a Jet fan and use the Atlanta Falcons game kind of as an example, thrown in with a couple more of my own personal examples as well. And again, this is just my opinion of what it's like to be a Jet fan. And I've broken it down into four phases. Okay. So let's start with phase number one. Phase number one, I call optimism. Okay. In relation to the game against the Falcons, optimism would be, somewhere around midweek, I start realizing, hey, wait a minute, we can win this game. Falcons ain't any good. And I start doing some research and I say, wait a minute, Falcons are last in the league in total defense, giving up 128 points, almost last in run defense, almost last against the pass. Guess what, dude? Not only do I think we're going to win this game, we are going to win the game. And I'm pumped. I'm stoked. I got my good luck chili out. I'm going to make a prediction on social media, making, going to look like I know what I'm doing because I'm going to predict an easy win that I know we're going to get. And the good luck chili looks like it's good luck chili, even though it's really just chili. But anyways, I got optimism because the Falcons stink. We could beat them. Okay, that's phase number one. And we get hit with that pretty much every week because we're Jet fans and we're optimistic. But then we get to phase number two. I call phase number two the shock phase. And I was trying to think about, what's the best way for me to describe the shock phase of being a Jet fan? And I thought back, remember about I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, they had the ice bucket challenge, for a good cause and all that type of stuff. But everybody was doing the ice bucket challenge, and I did it as well because I was challenged by a friend, and I passed it on, and I got my bucket of ice, and I filled it up with water, and I was, got my camera set up just so I'd pick it up. Man, I'm pumped up. I'm going to get attention here. Doing it for a good cause, all that type of stuff, right? And then you turn around, you pick up that bucket, you pour it over your head. Remember what happened? Anyone that did the ice bucket challenge, do you remember what happened when you poured that bucket of water over your head and the ice hit that head? And all of a sudden you got that shock. It was like, "Ooh, man, that was worse than I thought." And then the water goes in your nose and your eyes. And for a split second there, it's kind of like there's like a shock there. Maybe unexpected. You didn't expect it to go that way. Well, that's kind of like phase two for being a Jet fan. Going back to Sunday, I'm pumped. We can win this game. We look good right off the bat. Third down. We got the Falcons right where we want them. And Matt Ryan goes back to pass. We get the pass rush on him. He lets go of the ball. Oh, man, picture perfect hit by Williams, our linebacker. Takes Ryan down. He's got a rush to throw, incomplete. 3-and-out. We're getting the ball back, right? No. That's when that ice comes down and goes over your head. Refs call this ridiculous roughing the passer call. Picture perfect hit right in the midsection, head out to the side. Looked like Williams even tried to roll a little bit, but somehow the refs saw that as roughing the passer. Falcons go on a roll, go downfield, kick a field, go up three. We go 3-and-out. Matt Ryan gets the ball back again. Boom, 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 boom. They score and we're down 10-0. And at that point, again, that shock hit, that ice comes down. It goes into your nose. It goes into your eyes. And you realize, oh, shit. Oh, shit. This isn't going to go the way I thought it was. And then you go into shock phase. And that's two. Okay. Then we get to three. You'd think it would be pretty cut from where we go. But phase three is called hope. Okay. And give you an example again. Okay. For you younger guys, you got friends, you had a girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and she decides for whatever reason she's going to break up with you. She just wants to experience like the other guys. She's not happy, the case may be, and she tells you I'm breaking up. Okay. And obviously, it hits you like that. You're upset by it. And all of a sudden, about a week or two go by, and you're starting to come to grips maybe slightly with that. And you get a phone call from your ex-girlfriend. You weren't around, so she left a message on your phone. And the message says, hey, how are you? She sounds sweet and nice and in a good mood. And she tells you, hey, I miss you and all. Hey, give me a call when you get a chance. And all of a sudden there's hope. Oh my God, it's not over. We're getting back together after all. She wants to talk to me. She misses me. And then you call back and she says, hi, how are you? Listen, I was just wondering, listen, I left my laptop and my Kindle at your house. Can I come by later and pick it up, or you want to meet somewhere? And all of a sudden you've got that hope, and then you're crushed again into that state of despair. And how I equate that now, take that scenario and I go back to the Jets. We're down, 20-3 at the half. But wait a minute, we're coming back. Just like against Carolina, it's 20-10. It's 20-17. We're playing the second half tough. We're outplaying them. We got the Falcons now on a 3rd and 13. Stop them here. We get the ball back. We can take the lead. We're not breaking up after all. Guess what? The Falcons convert the 3rd and 13. They march down the field. They go up 27-17, whatever the case may be, and they go on and they win the game. And so there was hope, but then you were crushed. They just couldn't let us off the hook and lose 40-0, right? We get that all the time. They had to give us, as my father used to say, it was a Kishka twister. The Mets do that too. They can't just go out quietly. They get you thinking, hey, we can still win this game after all. We're only down by 3. Okay, so that was phase 3. That's hope. So we had shock, or rather we had optimism, shock. We had hope leading into despair. And then the last phase of it all, which I guess I'm going to call stupidity, okay? Because, again, we lose the game. We've seen this a million times. And then something happens around Monday or Tuesday of the following week. And I'm already starting to do it. Hey, wait a minute. We're playing the Patriots in 2 weeks. You know what? If it wasn't for Zach Wilson's 4 interceptions, we could have won that game. The Patriots stink this year. They barely beat Houston the other day. Let me start checking the stats. They're no good. I think we're going to beat the Patriots. Why not us? We're going to be 2-4 soon. How sweet that's going to be when we beat the Patriots. I think I'm going to switch, though, from good luck chili to like maybe good luck barbecue, and I'll put out a big post on Sunday. The Jets are going to win this game. You know what that is? That's pure stupidity. But it's the last phase, and we all do it. I don't know if you're a Jet fan, you don't do that, let me know. But it's stupidity. I guess it's being loyal, but it's stupidity. And then we're going to go out there and we're going to think, hey, they got a rookie quarterback too. But you know what? There's a lot of rookie quarterbacks that have come along, and for whatever reason, they always outplay and outdevelop our rookie quarterbacks. And that's going to kind of be my last example here. And it kind of falls into the stupidity phase, but it also goes into the phase of, why us? So we've got this Zach, what's his name, the quarterback for the Patriots? I can't even remember. It's Mac Jones, okay? He's kind of done an okay job. He's fit into the system. He's got a good coach. He's playing well so far. He's had more success than our quarterback has on our team has so far. And I look back on some of the other quarterbacks that have come up in the last few years. Joe Burrow on Cincinnati. What's this, his second year? He's already developed. This guy's a superstar. Herbert on San Diego. You want to go back further? How about Josh Allen? Buffalo's the best team in the AFC now. He came up with Darnold. How about Baker Mayfield? Same thing, came up with Darnold as well. And yet, who have we had in that time? Mark Sanchez, Geno Smith, Darnold. And I'm not giving up on Wilson, but you can see where my concern is when I'm looking at all these other young quarterbacks. And again, it's like, why not us? Why do we always end up with the quarterback that don't work out? And I thought about an example, personal example, going back to my younger days as a kid, growing up in Westchester, New York, back in the 70s. And we had some pretty bad weather back then. It seemed like a lot colder back in those days, and it would snow a lot. And I went to a high school called Mahopac High School, again in Westchester. And I remember waking up in some of those February, maybe January mornings, and I looked out the window and it was snowing. It was snowing bad. You could barely see in front of you. And I'm like, I'm getting hope. Hey, we're not going to have school today. And back then, the only way to find out whether or not you had school was turn on the AM radio, pull up the station for your local news, and start listening to find out if schools were canceled. So I turn on the radio, and I'd hear, Carmel schools are closed. That's a neighboring school right around the area, as all these other ones I'm going to mention. Carmel schools are closed. And you're like, yes. And you kind of get back under the blanket, a nice warm bed. Just a matter of time now, right? No school today. I had a report due. I had some homework due. I didn't do it. So now that buys me more time, even though I'm still not going to do it today. But anyways, I'm feeling pretty good. Carmel schools are closed. So then they say Lakeland School District, schools are closed. And you're like, yeah. Don't turn on TV, watch cartoons now before I fall back to sleep. And then they come across Yorktown schools are closed today. And now you're kind of like comatose. You're like half asleep already. I don't even know if I need to wait for the official Mahopac school closing, right? Carmel, Yorktown, Lakeland, they're all schools closed today. And then they get to Mahopac and they say, Mahopac schools, you have a 2-hour delay. And all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute. Did I hear that correctly? No, they didn't. I called my friend up, Tom, did they just say Mahopac schools just got a 2-hour delay? And he says, yes. And I go into profanity-laced tirade. How in the F can they only give us a 2-hour delay, and Lakeland, Carmel, and Yorktown are closed? And it's like, why us? Why does Mahopac only get a 2-hour friggin' delay again? And I got to get up now, and I'm just sitting there rehashing it, going over and over and over again. Why us? Why us? Why do we only have a 2-hour delay? And I'm sitting out there now in the frigid cold weather and the snow coming down, and because my parents threw me out of the house because they got tired of hearing me complain about it. So now I'm just waiting outside in the frigid cold with the snow coming down. And I'm like, why does Mahopac always just get a 2-hour friggin' delay and all the other schools are closed? That's how it feels to be a Jet fan now when I think about these other quarterbacks. And as I head back into that state of optimism and hope, but then I look at these other quarterbacks like Allen, Mayfield, Burrow, Herbert, and then I look at ours. Why are we only getting a 2-hour delay all the time? Why can't our schools ever be closed? Why did Jet fan schools just get the 2-hour freaking delay? Why can't we have a snow day? And that's how it all equates there for me as far as dealing with the never-ending rebuild and disappointment of being a Jet fan. So again, one more time for me, phase number 1 is optimism. Phase number 2 is that shock of, oh my God, we're not going to beat Carolina. We're not going to beat Atlanta after all. But then phase 3, hope/despair. We're getting back in the game. There is a chance after all. We're getting back together. We're not breaking up. Yes, we are. We just wanted to kishka twister you a little bit. And then the last phase, stupidity and asking yourself, why am I doing this? Why can't we get the quarterback? Why do I keep repeating the same stupidity over and over again, but I can't help myself? I'm addicted. I'm a Jet fan, and I'll always be one. So that's just my perspective on what it's like to be a Jet fan during a normal week. Again, we have a bye coming up. Enjoy that. But in closing, guys, listen, we got the Patriots in 2 weeks. They're not that good. Check out the stats. They got a rookie quarterback. We got a really, really good chance of winning this game. So stay strong, Jets. I think we'll be celebrating in 2 weeks. I'm Mike, New York Sports Rehab, and I'm out.